please tell us the premise of your new film, Shifting Gears.
So Shifting Gears is about Jess. She is a mechanic who has a special love for classic cars, and she begrudgingly enters a reality car restoration competition. Not because she likes being in front of the camera, but because she is trying to win the prize, money to save her family's repair shop. And as a surprise twist, her ex boyfriend, who she has quite a lot of history with and is not very happy about seeing also is in the competition.
Mm.
And there is a journey for each of them to sort of redefine their family legacy for what it means for each of them, but also discovering that they bring out the best versions of each other.
Very nice. And what was it about the script or any element of the film that made you want to be a part of it?
I mean, I love classic cars. I know nothing about them. I couldn't fix one to save my life, but there is a beauty and a timelessness to the world of classic cars that I just find so intoxicating. So first of all, that was really cool.
Mhm.
It's just really cool. And I think what I love is that I love that it's not a conventional, you know, meet cute love story. There's a lot of history with these characters. There's a lot of animosity. There's a lot of hurt and betrayal, and there's a lot of stuff for them to work through. And it made these characters feel very grounded and very real, which I appreciate so much as an actor. Getting to play, yes, these magical moments of love and connection, but it is so much more complex because they've known each other their whole lives and they've gone through so much together. And I think that really made it stand out for me because it was different than a lot of the romance scripts that I read, and I felt very unique. And also the world and Jess working as a mechanic and being in this world and having to step in front of a camera outside of her comfort zone. I think all of it was just really unique storytelling and a really exciting movie for Hallmark to be making.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
aside from being a mechanic, how was Jess originally described to you?
Mm. Gosh, I don't really know. Because I didn't really read a breakdown for her, so I was really just the script and reading everything that was in the script when it came to us. And I immediately loved the script. She has a really fun introduction, which everyone will see in her shop. And just the description of that introduction alone, I was like, okay, this is different and fun.
Mhm.
And yeah, I think the meeting her for the first time in that way, which audiences will see when they watch the movie, speaks volumes to who she is. And I think from just reading that description, I was already like, I want to do this.
All right, sounds
Yeah.
promising.
Yeah.
Describe your experience working with director Yankee Crystal Lowe on what was, I believe, her first feature length. I know you
Yeah.
just kind of had your directorial debut fairly
Yeah,
recently
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, it was amazing working with Crystal. I'm so proud of her. She did such an incredible job with this movie. I'm also really proud of Hallmark for the Make Her Mark program. And I've said, to a couple other people that I've been speaking with, like, I just think a lot of programs have been put in place with the intention to lift up voices that we don't hear as much, whether it be through race or sexual orientation or gender. And I think they're all very well intentioned, but I think what very few programs do well is actually follow through and give their participants the support they need that to succeed. I think sometimes these programs can be like banner programs for look, we're trying, we're doing something great. But what I think Make Her Mark has done so well, and I'm so impressed by Ashley Williams, who created and runs the program, and Hallmark for supporting the program in that way, is they've given these up and coming directors the support they need to really succeed and make sure that like they're not going to let them fall, they're not going to let them feel alone. um and it was just amazing to see Crystal shine in that support, the support that she got, the people that she was surrounded with, and then getting to see all her ideas and vision come to life. It was incredible. And as a like newer director myself too, it's just I know the feeling, like it's so close for me, that feeling of doing it for the first time and all the anxieties that come with that, and leaving your family and leaving your young kids to follow this dream you've had for who knows how long. And so I just really felt like I was like, I know exactly what you're feeling, and I'm 1,000% here to support you because I want you to just excel so hard in this. And she did.
That's awesome. I think
Yeah.
I think kind of that support really comes through on screen too, just the reverence for what you're doing. So, of
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thank you.
course. How closely would you say you relate to Jess as a character? I know you both share a love of classic cars. Is there
Yeah.
any other intersection there?
I think, well, one thing that I've actually discovered in doing a couple of these interviews, I think Jess is dealing with um, family legacy, and how is she going to uphold that legacy, but also be herself in it. And Luke is going on a similar journey. I think for me, I've been so fortunate in the past few years of my career to have a legacy of like really iconic, amazing roles, especially through working on a show called Winona Earp, which I do for Sci-Fi, and getting to play an iconic, amazing queer character and seeing the industry shift and change in its way it represents queer characters. And it's made me think a lot about like, how do I want to continue to contribute to representation and also pave the way for other people to be able to do that as well, and make sure that I leave a trail that others can then walk their path on, and we just keep walking it and making it stronger and stronger. So doing this movie has made me think a lot about like, how can I do that more, and how can I continue to contribute, and what else do I have to give, and the importance of having that quote unquote legacy on your shoulders. So yeah, I think I kind of just made me think about that even more, and consider that, and what a privilege it is to be able to do that at all. So that's been really cool. That's been a really cool thing to think about and get to examine.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Talk about some of your favorite or even some of the more challenging scenes in Shifting Gears.
I think one of the challenging things for Jess and her journey was talking about the death of her mother, and having it be something that was very real, and her grief is very real, and grief comes in waves. And um it was real for her, but it wasn't debilitating. I think that was like a tricky thing that Crystal and I kind of talked about, and navigating for the character. And that was really important to kind of just strike that right balance.
Mhm.
I also think that we have a roller skating scene that I'm not a great roller skater, I have discovered. And that was scary and challenging. I was early pregnant days when I was shooting this movie, so I was also very, very sick
Mm.
and nauseous, and just I was not my strongest version of myself when I was working on this movie, and that was challenging. And I had so much support from the whole team, and from Tyler especially, who was just like so understanding and such a cheerleader, being like, "You are doing an amazing thing today." And I was like, "I feel like garbage." So I felt so loved and so taken care of on this movie by everyone. Um, so all those things were challenges of this movie.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wheels and nausea never go well together.
No,
No
no, that
sleeping
was a
together.
day. That was the day. I was also like very ill with a very bad cold that day. So it was just layers upon layers of challenge, but you can do a lot of crazy things if you don't have a choice. It's kind of
Yeah,
amazing what we can get through. Yeah.
it's true.
Yeah.
What is it about Shifting Gears that you think will earn it a spot among, Hallmark's kind of fan favorite, feel good,
Mm,
emotional romances?
yeah. I hope one of the things that fans get from Shifting Gears is, I think the story feels really grounded and very real. I really like that it's not about, these two people who have just met each other, but
Mhm.
it's actually about people who have a really complicated history together and how they're working through it. I think falling in love and exploring falling in love is beautiful, and I love doing those stories too. I do so much of my work, I've realized, is about is playing characters who are madly in love, and I'm so lucky to get to do that. I think one of the most interesting things as I grow as a person, as I grow in my own relationship, as I become a parent, is the exploration of sustained love and how that feels so much bigger, and more complex and more interesting to play.
Mhm.
And that shows up in this movie, but it's showing up a lot. I mean, my work on Winona as well, with Waverly and Nicole, and just my own life. Like, I feel like I've entered into this era of falling in love is great, but staying in love is like even more magical in a way. And I hope that audiences, when they watch Shifting Gears, will revel in that and feel a renewed sense of appreciation for the people, whether they be romantic or just friends or family, but for the people in their life that they love.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a bit rambly, but I hope my point came across.
it did. It was great.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
In addition to playing Jess, you have gotten reacquainted with Nicole Haught,
Yep.
Winona Earp. Did you have any trouble slipping back into character after spending a fair amount of time embodying other roles, other characters?
Shockingly, no. I was so shocked at how quickly she came back. I remember saying to our showrunner, Emily, I was like, I think I need a rehearsal. Like, I think I need just a reintroduction to walk around. I need to like put my uniform and walk around for a bit. But like, as soon as it went on in the fitting, that uniform just, and being back there with some of our same sets and seeing everyone else, like seeing all my castmates, all like, it was like we never left. I was genuinely really surprised. I did think it was going to be harder to get back into that world, but it wasn't. It was like right there. I couldn't believe it. So it was
Just
super fun.
that's awesome. Just put
Yeah.
the proverbial Stetson on and
Yeah.
they wash over you.
Exactly. And then off it goes. Yeah.
What other projects have you been busy working on?
Well, I just finished, I'm still in post on a movie that I co-wrote and co-directed with Melanie Scrofano, which is going to be on Tubi. We just shot it in December, and we're hoping for a spring release. I'm hoping to have like more solid dates soon, but we've been told spring. And it's just very cool to see it come together. It's also like sort of a satirical horror movie. It is very a totally different genre than either of us have really worked in a while. Mel more than me, but me especially. Like, I haven't worked on a horror in years, but it's very tongue in cheek. It's very funny, and it's very Mel and I. And I'm really excited for that to come out as well. And yeah, so it's just been like an amazing, crazy year looking back on it and thinking like, the past 15 months, I've had so many very different
Mhm.
and very cool opportunities, from my, directing a Christmas movie, which was my first one, writing my first feature film with Mel. I'd never done that before, getting to work on Shifting Gears, which is this kind of unconventional love story. And then I did another Christmas movie. And like, I've been so blessed. This year has been a roller coaster. And I'm just now getting a chance to be like, wow, what a year. And like capping it off, shooting a movie, or sorry, a special of Earp has been just like a cherry on top. So I've been beyond blessed this year, and I'm like thrilled about it.
It's amazing. I
Yeah.
think Erpers and beyond are all looking forward to seeing
Yeah.
everything you've got coming out.
Oh, it's so great. It's so just lovely all these years later to feel that kind of support, and that support to trickle into, for all of us, our other work that we've all gone on to do. um, is like the greatest gift that we could ask for. Because for people to love one thing you do, it's amazing and it's great, and it could totally stop there and still be amazing and great. But to have these fans sort of follow each of us on our own journeys to other projects is like, we just couldn't ask for anything more. It's so much support and so much love, and we're so lucky.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
you touched on it a little bit, but is there anything else that you'd like to say to all of the fans and supporters of your work?
I mean, just thank you for still being here. I had no expectations that anyone would. So the fact that people are still online and sending beautiful messages of encouragement, like they really do mean so much. When to see people that are excited to see your work is like the greatest gift you could ask for as an artist, and I don't take that for granted for a second. and it's never expected and continues to be like a shocking surprise. So I'm just very grateful.